Hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling and I hope you have absolutely fabulous day. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create 3 very special shadow box cards to celebrate First Communion. If you have never ever created First Communion cards, this video is just for you. For all my projects today, I'm going to use a cutting die set from Crafter's Companion called Shadow Box 5 by 7 inches. And if you create any shadow box with this die, you need slightly wider cut than A4. In this case, I used 12 by 12 inches cut base and I trimmed it slightly just to make sure it fits through my Gemini cutting machine. When this is ready, as you can see, we have some score lines, but it is time to decorate it. And I'm going to use Flower Harmony paper from Altair Art, which you can buy from Skarbnica Pomysłów, and I left the links to the shop and also all the names of the beautiful design papers I use for my project. First, we need to assemble the whole box together, and to do it, we're going to follow the score lines we created with that cutting die, and using your scoring tool, we're going to burnish every single fold line. It is super quick and easy, and so far, this cutting die is my favorite. If you haven't seen my previous videos, please check them out, where I create lots of different projects using this die. And I think First Communion is such a special event to celebrate with your child or cousin or any family member, and I really think this cutting die to create a shadow box card, it is perfect. That's why the idea for this video is actually to create shadow box First Communion cards, because that time of the year is coming really shortly, so why not? And now it is time to assemble the box together, and as usual I've got my liquid glue, magic glue, because it dries clear and it does give me that time to maneuver all those elements. And as you can see, I'm helping myself with a pen which actually fits inside that frame. You can also use some chopsticks if you want, they would go inside as well. I just want to make sure that actually that flap is burnished inside properly. I wonder, how was your Easter time? Please let me know. Did you have very special celebration? If you do, please let me know. What did you do with all those Easter eggs? I'm really curious. I really hope you had amazing time and you were able to spend that time with your family and all the loved ones and friends. And maybe you got something from Easter Bunny. If you have, let me know. What did you get? Now I die cut that beautiful element, and also I use gold mirror card for those elements, and I think these will work very well with First Communion card. I'm going to use Spellbinder's nesting dice to create that element, and then I thought, just to make sure it actually matches all the other elements, I'm going to use that gold mirror card later on to back it up. Now it is time to cut the excess of those elements because they were a little bit too long, and you can always do it, that is not a problem. It is time for the sentiment, and I'm using my scissors to literally trim it super quick and easy. And if you're interested in Altair Art collections, I left the link to Skarbnica Pomysłów website so you can check them out. They've got really beautiful collections and they are literally perfect for literally any occasion. But today, my project is to create some First Communion cards. As you can see, I'm using that gold mirror card to back my sentiment and also that element, and I think they work really well together. And as you can see, I chose Flower Harmony collection, and I thought that would be perfect for a boy. Because why not? Now it is time to make sure that some of the elements are really dimensional, so I've got double-sided foam adhesive, and it's always a good idea to add a few drops of liquid glue, because this way all those elements will be adhered forever. And just to make sure that my job is super easy to peel off the backing of the tape, I'm using a pokey tool. This way I save so much time. And I'm going to back that beautiful sentiment as well and use the same foam pads super quick and easy, and that really makes a difference in your project. When this is ready, we can start assembling all the other elements, and again I'm going to use my one and only liquid glue to do it. You don't really need hot glue for it, but if you want to use it, that's absolutely fine, because this way you can actually add some dimension for your elements as well. Or you can also use 3D gel glue, that will work as well. Now I thought, let's use some foamiran flowers I created last year, and this time I wanted them to match my background panel, and as you can see, in this case it is blue. I also fussy cut some beautiful leaves from Altair Art as well, and I think they work so well with those flowers. Please let me know if you use foamiran flowers or paper flowers for First Communion cards. I'm really curious, how do you create your projects? Because that time of the year is coming really shortly, and I thought, why not? Let's start making some cards straight away. And it's always a good idea to add a little bit more dimension to your leaves or foliage if you prefer, and this way your project will be even more special. And as you can see, I didn't use any hot glue for those flowers, just liquid glue, because that works as well. I just left my project for about half an hour to dry, and it was absolutely fine. Now I've got 5 by 7 inches card base, and using my liquid glue, one and only, I make sure that everything is adhered forever, and it is time to add some gold gems on the frame, and our first card is complete. Please let me know, what do you think about this? What I really like about those shadow box cards, they actually stand proudly on a flat surface. For the second project, again, I'm going to use the same cutting die from Crafter's Companion, and all the names of the products are used in today's video. You can check in the description down below if you're interested. For this project, I thought, let's create something for a girl, and I'm going to use Spring Blossoms collection, and I really wanted to show you how the whole collection looks like. I absolutely adore it, and I think it is perfect for so many different occasions. However, to be honest, I really struggled which piece I'm going to use for my projects, because every single one is just so beautiful and stunning, and it was a really hard decision, but in the end I did choose some elements not only to fussy cut but also for the backgrounds as well. And I wonder, have you actually ever used any of the Altair Art collections? If you have, please let me know, what did you create? I absolutely love the color palette and variation in the collections. They are simply beautiful. Now I'm going to use that beautiful design paper, and I'm going to trim it so it actually fits inside my panel, and it has to be smaller than 5 by 7 inches, and it is time to assemble the whole shadow box. You don't have to watch me how to do it, because you already seen it, and using that magic of editing, you don't need to waste your time. Now I also fussy cut those beautiful elements which show you that this card is actually for First Communion. Now it is time for a sentiment as well, and this one is amazing because on one side you have sentiments for First Communion, and on the other one with baptism, which is super perfect. And now I use some gold mirror card and I back that sentiment, and also I trim some of the ends with those gold mirror card elements, and it is time to use some double-sided foam adhesive, few drops of liquid glue, put the sentiment on, and then you can create your own composition. And that's what I really like about shadow box cards. You do have plenty of space to put all your elements the way you want. I just want you to make sure that your compositions are really interesting and eye-catching, because that's exactly what it is about. And I love to use foam pads with those shadow box because I really like dimension on my projects. And I wonder, how often do you create shadow box cards or home decor projects? Please let me know in the comments down below. I had a look at the card and then I thought, maybe we can add a little bit more dimension. And I decided to fussy cut those 3 flowers. As you can see, I'm just using my scissors. You don't really need any cutting dies or scan and cut machine. You can literally use your scissors because they are very simple images to fussy cut. And as usual, I leave a white border around because I really like it. And at this point, I thought I really like those flowers. However, I want more dimension, and instead of using bold tool, I'm going to use a bone folder, which you can use actually to create some dimension on flowers. And yes, you can do it, and I do encourage you to do it with your flowers as well. And I wonder, do you prefer foamiran flowers or paper flowers? I'm really curious, and if you prefer paper flowers, please let me know how do you add dimension to them. I'm really curious. And again, I'm using my one and only liquid glue, magic glue, to put those flowers on my shadow box, and it is time to add some leaves as well. And again, I'm adding some dimension by twisting and folding some of the leaves, and this way, seriously, your project will be stunning. And I encourage you to do exactly the same with any of your foliage for your projects. When these elements are ready, I thought I really like it so far, but it is time to put it on 5 by 7 inches card base, and as you can see, this one will be a landscape mold. The previous one for a baby boy, we had it for portrait mode, and this way we have to turn it over and burnish the back as well, because we want that card to last forever. Now it is time to add some gold gems on the card, but even then I thought something is missing, so I'm going to use clear overlay by Spectrum Noir, and I'm going to add that sparkle on some of the flowers and also other elements. I'm not really sure if you can see it in camera, but in real life it really makes a difference, and that sparkle catches the light beautifully. So our card is finished, and it is time for our third project. Again, I'm going to use that beautiful Spring Blossoms Altair Art collection, and this time I'm going to trim the top left corner for my background panel. Now you can see I already created my shadow box base, and I put the background inside. But before I assemble the whole shadow box, I thought let's add those elements first and then put the frame together. When this is ready, you have to choose all the other elements, and all of these you can get from Skarbnica Pomysłów website. So if you have never used any of those collections, please check them because they've got really gorgeous, literally gorgeous collections. To add a little bit more interest and dimension, again, I'm using some double-sided foam adhesive, and from shadow box cutting die, I'm going to use the corner. I absolutely love it, and I thought that will give my card more interest and dimension. So I die cut it 3 times from 300 GSM white card, and this way it will be very special. And as you can see, I do have some space to write the name of the recipient, so you can do it as well. So whenever you create any composition on your shadow box, just leave some space, and later on you can either add some gems or pearls, or use any cutting dies from your stash with alphabet, or even stamps with alphabet, and then write the name of the recipient. I do encourage you to do it because this way you can create very beautiful and personalized projects. Now it is time to assemble the whole card together. So I got 5 by 7 inches card base, and using my liquid glue, yes, the one and only magic glue, I'm going to put those elements together. I really like this glue because it does give me that time to maneuver all those elements, and it dries clear. So our card is nearly ready, but one thing is missing. And yes, we do need those gold gems, especially in the corners, and I also put them around our beautiful element. However, yes, we do still need a sentiment. So I'm going to fussy cut it, and yes, it will go underneath our special element, and I thought I like it so far, but I'm going to add some gold mirror cut just to make sure it matches all the other elements. I do wonder, how many First Communion cards do you create every year? Please let me know. And what is your favorite color palette to do it? Do you like to go monochromatic with either white, cream or gold, or as you can see in this video, having a little bit of more color variation with some pinks and blues. Please let me know in the comments down below. It is time to add a little bit more sparkle, especially on our beautiful elements and flowers. So again, I'm going to use Clear Overlay by Spectrum Noir, and our third card is finished. So now we've got 3 shadow box cards for first Holy Communion, and I do wonder which one is your favorite. Which one would you like to try? If you have never ever tried to create a shadow box card or home decor project, I really hope this video inspires you to do it. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting! Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Have a wonderful day. Bye!